Hello everyone, Juicebags here, and welcome back to a little Banished. My original city that I started got had disaster strike pretty quickly. In fact, I had a fire start, and in the process of the fire starting, all of my citizens were starving, and it ended very poorly. We'll just leave it at that. So I started a new map, doing much better on this one. I'm up to, what, we've got 87 adults, 15 students, and 21 children at the moment. Got tons of houses built, and we're in pretty good shape. As you see, I've got a market in place over here. Got a couple of different fields. I went with 2 wheat fields. I've got some pumpkins. I've got 2 pear orchards and a corn crop field. I went with 2 wheat fields because of my tavern over here. You can see we're actually out of wheat at the moment. We're making wheat ale. And so I want plenty of wheat. I want to keep these guys nice and liquored up. Make sure everybody's good and happy. And that's basically where we stand right now. Let me go ahead and speed things up a bit and see what do you see. I'm cutting it real close on stored food at the moment. I've got no one starving to death, but I am having people die of old age. As you see, this is early autumn, year 62, so I'm a little ways into it now. I've basically been playing around with it all day. This is my first simulation game, and it is a bit addicting, so I've been playing it hard. I've got two fishing docks in now, and they're producing. Are we maxed out on our fishermen? Yeah, we sure are. I got 2 laborers right now that don't have any jobs to attend to, and as you see, I'm getting pretty loaded up on building materials. This is because I've got an herbalist, a hunting cabin, a gatherer's hut, and a forester's lodge all out in the woods here, with a duplicate of that setup right over here. So we're producing lots of stuff. You see we got a quarry in action, 42% of that one remaining, so it's going to be pumping out the stone. And I've got a mine going as well. Where is that mine? Here it is. I've got a mine going as well. Still 75% remaining on that one, and that is generating all the iron. Now I haven't switched over to coal generation yet. And the reason I haven't is just because I didn't know where or when I should start doing that. My main problems so far really have been fire. I got a lot of the homes upgraded to stone. All these homes over here are all stone houses. You see, we still do have some wood houses in the mix, and these guys burn like you wouldn't believe. I had a fire start in this house right here, and it actually burned the entire area here, all the way over to this storage barn. So that was quite the disaster, needless to say. The food is basically cycling out around, I think it's getting as high as like 4,000 right now. Now, a couple of observations. First off, you see we got wells thrown in now. We've got wells all over the place, and that was because that fire was so devastating. I got a well there. Put another well over here. Wells are the way the citizens get water to put out the fire. They're not quite bright enough to run over to this big ass lake and grab buckets of water. They gotta have a well. So put a well in there. And then another observation is with your trading post. I originally set the trading post right here where this fishing dock is, out on the water. And I didn't get any merchants rolling through. Nobody wanted to come trade with me. And then I noticed a boat going up this river, and I moved the trading post over to the river here, and then all of a sudden the merchants are stopping. So if you have the trading post out on a lake that's not on one of the riverways where the boats are traveling, you will not get any merchants to your trading post. And that's no good. See, we got some sheep going here. We're at 14, so we're full on sheep. 34 of 35 with the chickens. 10 of 11 with the cows. So, oh, see, they're using that well. Huh. My happiness has dropped as low as 3.5 stars, but ideally I've been keeping it over 4 stars, and I just kind of want to see where to go next. I'm thinking that if I should probably keep building out the houses. One thing I also noticed is when you throw in like right now with the number of houses I have, I've got probably what, like 30, maybe 40 houses. If I threw in another string of 8 or 10 houses right along this stretch, we would have a huge baby boom. So right now is not necessarily the time I want to do that, as we've got 22 children right now that are sucking on the supplies and not yielding any sort of a return on our investment. So that's no good. I did add in a second blacksmith over here as well, and I will probably... Actually, I've got a ton of iron. Okay, see, we've got a merchant arrived at the trading post. So let's head on over and see what he's got to offer. Wool, corn, seeds, roots, venison, eggs, pear, pumpkin seeds, and stone. Nothing I really want, so I'm going to send him packing. Now, the merchants that come through the trade are how you get your livestock. So I started off with the cattle, moved on to chickens, and eventually sheep. Now that I've got sheep, of course, I'm also collecting wool. So I've got my tailor making warm coats now. And you know what, I think I might bump that limit up a little bit. I've got the tailor making wool coats now, or warm coats now, and that's helping out considerably. Now some of the town features that I haven't added in yet. Let's see, town services. We've got wells, we've got a schoolhouse, I've got a hospital. I don't have a town hall, however I do have a chapel and a cemetery. The cemetery helps reduce the happiness loss when one of the elders die. So it's important to get that in. And then of course the chapel, 124 members. I'm assuming that's my total population. So we're a little light on farmers. We've got more builders than I need, so let's get rid of a builder. Let's just get rid of all but one. We'll bump the farmers up to the maximum. See, gatherers we're still a little light on. Let's add one more there. And then I've got everything else capped, essentially, except for the miners and the stone cutters, and that's dealing with the mine and the quarry. And as you see with the amount of supplies I got stored up right at the moment is why I've got those guys dialed down a touch. I also don't have many I've only got one citizen working the market, and I should probably... See, the reserve of firewood is low. Well, that's no good. We've got plenty of wood going right now. Things are going relatively well. I'm at 4.5 stars on happiness, full 5 stars on the health. So everybody's healthy and happy. I think the next thing I need to do is add in a town hall, and I don't really know where I want to do that. You see, this area that on this particular seed that I chose has got quite a few hills, so it's tough to just get that in. Maybe I'll put the town hall over here. See, we want it facing want it facing the center. You know, let's slap a town hall down there. Get those workers busy. In fact, let's assign a couple of more builders to the task at hand here. And I think now maybe actually an ideal time to switch over to coal. We had a stone cutter crushed by a rock. That's no good. If we switch over to coal, then I can start making steel, and I can switch one of these blacksmiths over to steel tools, which will be pretty huge. Let's do that. Let's flip our mine over to coal for the moment. And let's start generating some coal. And we'll switch one of these blacksmiths over to steel tools once we get a little coal built up. That's going to take a little time. In the meantime, I can get rid of some of... See, we've got quite a bit of stone. So let me... see, we'll go ahead and extend out our road here. Put another stone road directly behind this row of houses. And then that will basically set me up for another row of houses when the time comes. 26 children right now. I'm not quite ready to go building a bunch more houses. How's everybody doing out here? See, our herbalists are solid. Did I not put an herbalist in over here? Hunting cabin, gatherer's hut, forester's lodge. Nope, I never put an herbalist over on this side, so that was less than ideal. Let's see, let's you see the ring presents that their work area essentially. I think right there is good. Food reserve is getting really low again. I'm definitely going to have to come... I'm going to have to put together a way to gather more food, and I'm thinking some fish might be the easiest way to get that started. How these chickens doing? They're 35 of 35 now, so we should start harvesting chickens as they breed. Herbs, iron tools, we've got plenty of leather. We've got some warm coats. Everybody should be transitioning over to a warm coat here now. No coal yet. I think the coal would be stored out here on one of the stockpiles, but I'm not positive. See, let's switch this blacksmith over to steel tools, and we'll start getting some steel tools produced. And you know, obviously they're going to have a little better durability than the iron tools. I need I think I need a little influx of wood. I had actually debated on tearing one of these orchards down. But let's go ahead and gather up some wood. We'll just remove all the resources from over here. But let's clear all this area here. That's going to take quite a while. It's such a large area, but that will get my wood supply really beefed back up there. Okay, another merchant has arrived. Let's see what this guy's got for me. Cabbage seeds. Not really into the cabbage seeds. A wool coat, walnut seeds. The cabbage, I started cabbage with my original build. I guess it's random what seeds you start with. This one I started with wheat, and that's why I chose to make the wheat ale. You know what? We could use another tavern. We got 100 people. We don't want to have 100 people packed in that one tavern. But let's take a look over here and see how. See, the quarry's still got a ways to go before it's at the bottom. So we've got none of the resources out here yet. We're just moving up. Only two builders required at the moment. So these guys have to haul all the resources all the way out here to bring out. They haven't brought anything out yet. Just need log and stones, which I think we'll have plenty of. We got the winter going now. What? That was the front, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, that's the front of the town hall there. So let's slap down another. Let's get another tavern going over here. I don't know if I want to stick with the wheat ale. Maybe maybe get a little different type of ale here. And then we're gonna need a roadway kind of connecting things up over here. A little looks like I'm one tile off from my pasture for the sheep over to that wheat field, but that's all right. Let's get some more workers going here. Yeah, and we see the stockpiles coming in. The wood's starting to add up a little bit. Now we're gonna have to wait until that tavern is built. Let's see, so that's 98, 108, 128 total residents now. Total citizens. So making a little progress. I'm thinking as these guys come out of school, now I'm gonna have to put a brewer in the tavern, or a new tavern, and then I'm also gonna have to put 2 herbalists down, which I still have 3 laborers right now that do not have jobs assigned. And I'm wondering, I'll check the stores and see what I'm highest on, but I wonder what kind of ale I'm gonna want to make there. See, we got some berries, pear, the crops don't you get 1 harvest a year, so unfortunately you don't have an overwhelming amount of crops. And definitely for early game, I would highly suggest going with these hunting cabins and gatherers' huts, as they give you immediate resources. You get the food right away, and that, you know, obviously that makes a big difference. Really pays off. And we've still got a whole area over here that I haven't done anything with. I think when once this quarry is spent, which will be quite a while still, we'll just pop another one right down next to it somewhere, and I'll try to keep it out of. Actually, we may not be able to get one down there and be out of the resource circle for our hunting cabin, gatherer's hut, forester's lodge, and such on that side. See, let's speed things up just a little bit more. We'll go 10 times here. Get these guys going. Now you see the stored food is starting to juice back up a little. I think the only way, to be honest with you, I would be able to make like a pear ale is if I put a couple more pear orchards in. Which I'm not sure where I want to do that. I think for the time being, to answer our food problems, I might build another fishing dock. Let's see, resource production. Here we're on food production. The fishes, or I could I could even split, the cattle provide a shitload of food. So you can split your population and move them into a different pasture. And that's pretty huge. The problem with adding more, the farming takes quite a bit of farmers. As you see, that's more than any other total right now. I got 22 farmers working this whole setup. Let's go ahead. I think we can go ahead and add in another vendor. Is the school? No, it's not maxed out yet. I've got to watch that school too. I'm not sure where its maximum is going to be. Alright, so we need another... We need a brewer over here. And I don't know, let's see. Pear ale. Berry ale, cherry ale. How we doing on pears? See, we're just not producing a whole lot of pears. We've got some berries rolling in. Well, as you see, they're going out pretty quickly too. Oh, nice, we do have some steel tools being made now as well. So that's awesome. I think we will just go with the pears, and I'll put another pear orchard in. So let's go with pear ale. So we've got some wheat ale going over here, and then pear ale going over here. Now I can always change. Why is there no corn? You'd think there would be a corn ale. That's all right. We'll keep it at pear for the moment there. So we got a second tavern. Town hall. I wonder if I need to. I guess I don't need to staff that, or it would have the little question mark going overhead. See, the food is still hanging right around the 2,000 mark. I think I'm using a lot of the wheat and the pears to make the ale, but you know, as I said, we want to keep these guys liquored up, so it's all good there. Now I definitely need to watch my iron stores. Still got some there. I've got none there. Might want to actually harvest some iron. We could build another bridge across here, and there's a ton of stone and a ton of iron over here, it looks like. Let's do that. Oop, we got a merchant. What's he got? Cattle. I don't need any cattle. See, we got a bridge going over to there. We got a bridge going to there. We need a bridge getting over to here somewhere. Let's see. Let's go ahead and we'll build a bridge right there. Now your guys can't cross the river, of course, until you put a bridge in. So you want to make sure to get that going pretty quickly. Early winter, so the winter is coming. It looks like we're holding up on iron for the moment, but it is depleting pretty darn quick. Or that's coal. Here's the iron right in the front there. That bridge should get knocked out pretty darn quick. Now the forests, although the what is it, the herbalist or the gatherer, pardon me, there's a little mixed reviews on having the gatherers and the forester lodge close to each other, because the gatherer does better in an old forest with mature trees, and then of course the forester's lodge is going to cut down and replant, so there's going to be a lot of young trees in the area there as well. But it seems to be working out fine for me. See, the reserve of iron is running low. So I need to find some easy pickings iron here. Here's some iron right here. That'll be pretty easy to obtain. Let's collect up that iron. And there's a ton of iron right there. That will get my iron stores bumped back up a little bit until I get that bridge finished. And the coal, of course, is flowing in from the mine. Now I added a second woodcutter in, as you see right here. Kind of an odd space for it, right by the chapel, but that's where it ended up. "19 children now." I'm wondering how soon I want to throw in some more houses. I guess I'll watch my my stores here, and as they get run up heavily again. See, I'm gonna drop that guy down to 50 on the iron tools. Does that, or no, that affects both. How are we doing right now on tools? I got 114 iron tools and 10 steel tools. There. Nothing here. And 1 and 1 there. So we do have, we've got a nice little supply of tools. I wish you could change it. The options are... Can you manually select a number? Oh, you can. Awesome. I didn't realize. When you click the little scroll button there, it goes from 50 to 150. But we'll set the tool limit at 100, because I don't want to chew up all of my iron right away. Now we got another trader coming in. What's he got to offer? Nothing of interest to me. I'm doing really good on full stored food right now. I'm up to 4,000. So I'm just going to send that guy packing. We want none of your goods. Get out. See if our bridge is done up here. Yeah, bridge is done. So why don't we go ahead and collect up. Let's take a look at... we're getting pretty full again. We've got a lot of iron, coal, we got a lot of stone. Maybe it is time to put down just a couple more houses. Now all I'm doing is stone houses now. Or you know what? Now would actually be a great time to start upgrading some of these houses. Let's do that. I'm going to upgrade 2 of the houses at a time. We'll leave it at that. I think I am going to need some new houses soon, though. I've got the laborers are just spitting out like mad right now. Let's see. Let's bump up our miners and our stone cutters. And you know what? We can go ahead and slap down another house. Let's see. So we want these houses right along the road here. I'm going to do 3 at a time, and try not to overwhelm the supply too quickly. The only thing I'm making right now with that coal is the steel. So I think... Ooh, stone cutter crushed by a rock. Another died of old age. I think I want to go back and forth with the coal. Coal and iron. I want to make sure I'm keeping plenty of iron. But I want some coal in the mix too. That way the blacksmith can produce, can produce the steel tools. Yeah, maybe, well, 8,000 food now. So we've definitely kind of hit the sweet spot with the food. So maybe it is, maybe it is time to start start adding some more houses and get some more babies booming here. I've read, I read some of the forum posts, and the game's been released now for it's about 36 hours, but there's people with 500 resident towns already. It's like, holy crap! Plum seeds. I don't think I'm really interested in any plum seeds at the moment, anyway. The seeds and the livestock are all very, very expensive. So you have to, you have to make sure that you're ready to go with whatever you get, as you're going to pay for it extensively. Now, also, when you have the quarry or a mine close to houses, it lowers the happiness as well. Now, the mine, of course, you can only put up against a mountain, and that was one of the reasons I chose to go ahead and throw it way over here. Let's see, in fact, let's switch back. Let's switch back to iron now, because we're going to deplete the iron we have here. We've got a bunch of coal now. We're going to deplete all the iron we have building these new structures. So you got those houses changed up. See, maybe we'll upgrade one more right now. Now I'm starting to run low on stone. Let's throw a couple more stone cutters in. And in fact, we'll give it a little boost by harvesting up this area here. Do we want to harvest everything or just the stone? See, I think we can safely harvest everything over here, as the supply is starting to dwindle. So we're going to get stone, logs, and iron off of that mess there. Definitely coming along nicely. I'm gonna put probably a couple more rows of houses, but I also want to choose one of these little islands. See, there's iron and stuff laying around everywhere. I want to choose one of these little islands to make a farming island, and then I could even potentially move these fields over somewhere. I want to stick with the hunters and the gatherers for right now. So we got lots of supplies coming in. We're doing good on food. Now I'm not dropping down hardly at all. I don't even think I'll drop below 2,000. When I first popped back in here, I was getting down to 100 or so. And the food was getting scarce, but nobody was starving, but I was definitely walking the fine line. No doubt about that. What is that laying right there, I wonder? Who knows? Okay, so we need more stone. These guys are going to gather that up, but they're also going to bring in a lot of wood and everything else, too. Got plenty of iron, coal, and wood stacking up now. Lots of firewood, lots of logs. But we are weak on the stone. I wonder if they're smart enough to grab the lowest resource first. Doesn't look like it. They're grabbing iron over here. Alright, we got a merchant here. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a little stone there. Nope, cabbage seeds. See ya. See, I think the only option immediately, we can drop these builders down to 2, and we'll get our stone cutters maxed out. That'll help bring in quite a bit more stone. It seems like you go through wood and stone are the main two, and you're going to go through more of that than anything else. And then iron, of course. There's a small amount of iron required to build houses, but the majority of it is wood and stone. Maybe eventually we'll put a whole row of taverns here. Make that the drunk walk. Everybody can go out there and have a good old time. Okay, now our health is dropping. We're down to only 4.5 average health. And the herbalists are doing fine. Or we actually lost an herbalist, it looks like. Let's see. Yeah, 2 of 4 were a little light on the herbalists. So that's no good, of course. Damn chickens are noisy. Now I gotta find out, now that I'm capped, it's real easy to get your livestock population up by splitting and putting in a new pasture, but I'm not sure where I want to do that quite yet. Now that we've got plenty of, everybody's got wool clothes for the most part, or the warm clothes even, the improved versions. So we're pretty good there. I'm not sure what direction I want to take next. These guys are getting after it over here. There's still a lot of resources to pull down here. Oh, and we're getting really full. I'm gonna have to build something here. Let's get a couple more houses in the mix. I got a little carried away with that that resource grab. So let's see. Let's throw 3 more stone houses in. Can even send some of that stone over to what was that? Received an award. Healthy and smiles all around. Awesome. See, cherry seeds. We'll pass on the cherry seeds for now. Anyway, one of the easy ways, of course you can create another stockpile. In fact, maybe I'll just create another stockpile. But another easy way you can do it is you can store quite a bit over at your trading post here. And, in fact, let's do that. I'll put, 100 iron. Let's get some, put some logs over there and some stone. Better get another trader working. I've only got one trader. It's going to take him a while to move all that. The stockpile is growing quick. See, we lost a farmer. We lost a herdsman. We need to get several gatherers in play, so I've got plenty of places. In fact, I can cut down a little bit on production. Let's drop the stone cutters just a bit, and let's drop the miners a very large amount. We'll drop them all the way down to 6. You know what? Let's drop them both down to 6, and that's going to allow us to fill in the gaps here with these other professions that are falling behind. And we could add, let's put 2 more traders in, and that will help move all those supplies over, so my stockpile doesn't get too full. See, our stockpiles are full, 100% full. And that one's getting there pretty darn quickly. We got a ton of iron right now. Maybe I'll even move, maybe I'll make some iron tools. There's trade for a nice amount. Somebody died. Oh wow, Pearldine the fisherman died during childbirth. That's the first one of those I've seen. See, I'm not going to trade any pairs anymore. Let's get let's just go ahead and go 100 iron tools, and that'll keep our blacksmith busy for a while, and it'll burn up some of this iron. See, the houses are going up. They're getting built no problem. 23 children now. So somebody is without a tool. Alright, so I didn't have enough tools to be doing that, so I'm dragging tools away from my citizens, and that's no good. We want to make sure they always have tools. See, someone has arrived at the trading post. What you got for me? Walnut, pumpkin, onions, chicken, fish, and corn. No thank you. Oh, you see, now the food is dropped considerably. It's down into the hundreds again. I think it's potentially because it's winter. We had quite a few people just kick the bucket here of old age. But it looks like everything got replaced from our laborers. If you leave a few laborers up there as people die from old age and such, it will automatically fill that occupation. As soon as we get to early spring, I'm going to go ahead and get a couple more of these houses switched over to stone. I'm hoping they're a little bit more fireproof, because this was just a nasty fire right here in this area, right out front of the chapel. It really did some damage. And of course the stone houses stay warmer also, so you know, requires a little less firewood. Alright, so our stockpiles are dropping down again. Looking pretty solid. In fact, I think I'm going to leave off here. I'm going to go ahead and build out this area, get some more houses in place. Got to make some decisions with what I want to do with the crops. Having everything right here in the center of town is not necessarily the best way to go, I think. And do I want to potentially split some of these livestock populations and get some more going? I think that's a few decisions I need to make here pretty quickly. But for the meantime, I'm just going to build out some more houses, get this population run up a little bit, and hopefully get into the point where we have several hundred, and not just the 140 or whatever we have now. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Click that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And I'm kind of digging the game so far, so there's definitely going to be more of it coming. Definitely going to get this whole area completely built out, and see what we can turn this town into. Thanks again.